Hey everyone, this is J-Dog, and this is for anyone that's willing to pick up this video. Hold on a second, because there's something we need to talk about. Alright, let's see here. What do I want to talk about? Yeah, some of these idiots that are, well, on basically on mainstream media basically had some words that I didn't like, and there's like at least two or three people that basically I'm not happy with because they're nothing but trouble. So let's bring at least one of them. I guess we should start with this individual right here. If you may do or do not know who this person, oh, sorry about that. This person is, oh, hold on. This is a man, hold on. I'll play this video later, but this is Amanda Seales. She's known in the media. I heard she's involved with the show, I think, Insecure or something. And yeah. Well, guess what she had to say? All right. It's good nothing.
Y'all really over here talking about Jesse's possible lies set us back as if R. Kelly is still not walking around free. I want to get to a place of understanding of just like, what do y'all really think all this is? You think one actor coming up with a story that if false is problematic, you think that set us back? No. What set us back is the fact that not enough Black men came out to vote, and they're
all right, right there. Hold on, let me continue this before I say something.
Or we got this fucking ass president in office. What sets us back is the coons who allow for policies to be up.
Did y'all hear what she said? She made an excuse to blame Black men for President Trump. And she's using the whole Jussie Smollett situation, because at first she was into the Jussie Smollett. She has been known to attack Black men, especially straight Black men. But she never forgot that she wants to forget that the only reason why Trump got into office is because the number of white people that voted for him, especially white women. White women, he was sexually harassing white women, talking about on Access Hollywood how to grab them by the you-know-what. But yet, almost 60% of white women voted for Trump. Then you have the Latinos. The Democrats are pandering to the Latinos, talking about immigration and stuff like that. But when you see the percentage of Latinos that voted for Trump, it's like at 30, 35. And the percentage of Black people that voted for Trump is at, what, 8 to 18%. of black people that voted for Trump or anyone in the Republican Party. Hey, Jesse BU, how's it going? Oh, all right. But yeah. And then you talk about the Jesse Smollett. First of all, we don't even there's Jesse Smollett story has holes. Now, he is saying that, he didn't pay anyone. And what if it turns out it is corruption of police trying to make it look like he was lying because he doesn't want no Trump supporters, because the police don't want no Trump supporters to get in trouble. Well, yeah. But the thing is that there was a lot of holes in Jesse Smollett's story that did not add up. And that's why a lot of people are saying, you want to know who actually is saying that it sets back? Our other idiot, Robin Roberts. She's another one known to attack straight black men, but yet will defend white women. Will defend white people. She was really, soft shooting in the interview with Liam Neeson a few weeks earlier. And the only time she was willing to give Jesse Smollett a benefit of the doubt is just the fact that he's gay, he's LGBT, and she too is LGBT. But when it comes to straight black men, she was one of the reasons why Nate Parker's movie got ruined. But she's here saying that Jesse Smollett's hope is a setback for race relationships. Let me tell you something. A setback? No. Race relations between people is at its worst. There is really no, or ever was, race relations. You have white people white racists, and especially attacking black people and other non-blacks for no reason at all. Media, white-owned media, is pandering, making propaganda against the black community, but tries to throw any stories that make white people look bad under the rug, especially when it's white people like Robert Kraft, who is accused of a prostitution ring, but they want to sweep that story under the rug to go after R. Kelly and stuff like that. So you're talking about setting back. Race relationships have been at its worst even before Trump got into office. There was more police shooting deaths of innocent unarmed black people by cops, racist cops, during the Obama years as president than any other presidential term going on. Yeah, the attacks on black people were a lot more heavier, actually, when it came to Obama. And notice that when it's the white media that's trying to slander a black person, it's mostly the Democratic liberal media. Of course, the Republican-based conservative media, they are also attacking black people. But note that the Me Too movement and stuff is liberal and Democrat, leans to the Democrats, and they're using to attack black people, especially black men. Yeah. But the reason why she's saying this is because she has a white wife or girlfriend, and she doesn't want anything to cause her to lose that white wife girlfriend. That's why she's saying this kind of nonsense right here. That's why I can't trust people like Robin Roberts. And now, just like I cannot trust Amanda Seales, I think one of the few reasons why Amanda Seales has been going at this anti-man rhetoric is because there's this current issue involving her and an NFL player. She's saying that she was sexually harassed by him, but he and the other guy is saying that the guy that he tried to avoid her advances towards him. So they're saying that. So he's saying that she tried to sexualize him. And basically, it's another one of those, you can't get a man, so you just bash one. What's up, everyone? For those of you that are in the chat room, thank you. Make sure y'all hit the like button, and I mean the like button. Hey, Penny. Hey, the Shadow Assassin. Now, let's get on to an even bigger idiot. I want you, this is the meet Mr. Crybaby on the news. This guy is known to do all these so-called freaking stories where you have this guy, this Gandhi-looking idiot named Van Jones. He's known to, every time he's trying to do a story, he starts to almost look like he's about to cry or is crying and stuff like that. And it gets annoying because he's making black men look bad. If it's a bunch of white people and he only black one there, he has to be the only one crying. That makes black people bad. But look at what he just said. And even Tariq has said the homophobia crap. Like, black people are the biggest homophobes. That is not.
And I don't think people understand how important he has been in the black community. Empire as a show.
Yeah.
To have him as a beloved character, I think did a great deal to knock back homophobia in the black community. The fact that Empire has been celebrated, the fact that he has been celebrated, and you see homophobia in the black community through his eyes on this show. This is a Jackie Robinson against homophobia in the black community. And
did you see this nonsense? And look, the fact that he's saying homophobia like almost 3-4 times. I'm like, black people are not the most homophobic people. We actually welcomed more gays in our community than any other community. It's mostly white people. Black community has never made laws to ban gay marriage. With the probably if there was a black person making laws, it's in Africa. But here in the United States, it's been mostly white people that run political office and get like positions of power who has made laws against gay marriage in the past. It's white politicians and white religious clergymen that say that being gay is against religion. More white religious Christians say that. There's actually black gays who are part of the black church, but it's been white people that try to kick their gays out of the church. And yet he's comparing Jesse Smollett being gay on a TV show like Empire and being gay in real life to Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was part of a team, was playing baseball in the time of the civil rights movement when he had to deal with all kinds of racism and stuff like that. I mean, and you want to compare Jesse Smollett to Jack Robinson? That is ridiculous. Let's continue.
An icon, a beloved icon. And now you have the fall of an icon at a time when we need icons, when we need heroes, when we need people.
Jesse Smollett, what he was doing does not make him an icon. have to be an idiot like this guy here to think that.
So the level of betrayal, if this is true,
Yes.
is so deep. You can see it in your voice. You can see it in your face. It's almost hard to get the words out because.
And what Jesse Smollett did, if it turns out all of this was a hoax, if he was truly lying, what he had done was he put a lot of black people, and even some people of the gay community, especially black gays, in grave danger, because more white supremacists will put more heavier attacks, but they won't believe. More cops will ignore hate crime cases. There's even a white politician in Minnesota that's trying to put heavy laws against anyone who files false police reports. Wait, you waited to the black guy to make a false police report when there's been numbers of white people, especially white female racists, who made false police reports against black people, including black boys and black men. But yet it took the black gay actor to finally go heavy.
Because of how beloved he has been and how hurt we were when we thought we'd been hurt. And so I want to just say.
Now I want to show you something else. And then Tariq says that Van Jones is on the Breakfast Call talking about how black people are going to have to sacrifice ourselves. Well, first of all, why we have to get Trump out of office? Why does the black community have to be the only community that sacrificed itself to get Trump out of office? The fact that since Trump has been in office, Trump has actually wakened up a lot of black people to the point of realizing that this country is just racist against black people. But let's hear this Breakfast Club.
You think, when rich kids get on they go to rehab, poor kids get on drugs, they go to prison. I've seen that my whole life. Take our responsibility now. It will be the African American community that picks the next Democratic president candidate, and it will be our sacrifice.
Why it have to be the Democrat? All right, why can't black people pick a president from another party, or maybe the fact that maybe the black community should form its own party and pick a candidate from there? Why it has to be critical only the Democratic Party? You got people like Kim and Roly Poly Martin and Sharpton and the black congressional con artists that think that black people should only vote for the Democrats. And that's why they're not happy with people that I support, like the people of the ADOS and people like Tangibles of hashtag Tangible 2020. I support Tangibles 2020 and I support ADOS because now they notice that they are losing the support of the black community, especially the support of black males. Most black males are starting to either go to the Republican, people like ABL and Jesse Lee Peterson, or other people like Darrell Scott, or people are going to either the Independent Party or people who black males who are staying with Democrats. They're not going to the centrist Democrats. They're going to the progressives like Bernie Sanders, or most black males are just not going to vote at all because notice a lot of this Me Too stuff, that's Democrats attacking black males, and a lot of black males and even black women are because there's a lot of attacks by the Democrats against black women, and that's why the black community as a whole is not going to continue being the sacrificial lamb for other groups, Mr. Van Jones. But let's continue with this video.
Sacrifice to get Trump out of office.
Hold on, something went wrong.
Different level of sacrifice to get Trump out of office. And so we have to now grow up into a different level of responsibility. If democracy is going to be saved, it's going to be saved by Black people. If the economy is going to work for anybody, it's going to be because we insisted. And so that.
Well, is the economy going to work for Black people? Now, one thing he did say is, if it's, let me see if I can get back to it.
The economy is going to work for.
Hold on.
It's going to be saved by Black people. If democracy is going to be saved, it's going to be saved by Black people.
Right there. You see, a lot of these political parties and people, even people who are not affiliated but are trying to run for some kind of position of power, realize that we have a strong voting bloc. But you see, every time Black people use that strong voting bloc power, we get nothing in return. So that's why you have tangibles, hashtag tangibles 2020, and why you, from Tariq Nasheed, and why you have ADOS from people like Vivette Carnell and Tone Talk. They brought these hashtags to, to get us, well, we're going to have to start fighting for actual tangibles, or we're going to withhold our vote and not vote for you. That's why we're like, we want a Black agenda. No Black agenda, no Black agenda, no Black vote is another hashtag. So that's another thing, is that now we're starting, hopefully we're waking up and starting to become more political and start holding these politicians, regardless, or these people on the media, regardless of what they're affiliated with, or if they're affiliated with no one, that we want some of it. We want things like reparations. We want to be a protected class. We want better education, net neutrality, Medicare for all. We want land. We want transfer of land for the Black community. We want the Black community to be a protected class, protective class, like the gay community and the Jewish community and the immigrants are. We want Black sanctuary towns and cities, since you're willing to give immigrants who are not even legally allowed to be here sanctuary cities. So, well, where's Black people's sanctuary cities? I mean, we had towns like Rosewood and Black Wall Street, but this government and the racists who run it destroyed them. But yet you have people like Van Jones trying to say that we have to sacrifice ourselves to get Trump out of office. We've dealt with people like Trump for 400 years. 4 more years. What's 4 more years going to do? We've dealt with Trumps for 400 years. And Trump's racism didn't just start with him being in office. Let's see. I want to see what y'all say in the comment section. Let's see here. Yes, neither of them care about the interests. Hey, Info Man, what's up? To tell you the truth, I wasn't even gonna hear that much. But yeah. See, you got all these let me click off my screen real quick. You got all these idiots here. Yeah, we know Trump is a racist and stuff like that, but what has Trump so far? Now, he's been attacking people during his time in office, and he is going to try to do policies against the Black community. But you see a lot of these people, like the Van Jones and stuff, want us to vote for people like Kamala Harris and Cory Booker, but they have showed that they have no policies and no interests that put in a black agenda. Not to mention Kamala Harris's terrible track record prosecuting single mothers just because their kids decided to not show up at school for one day. And then you had the fact that she talked about that she smoked weed and that she inhaled and stuff on the lying on the Breakfast Club and stuff like that, when she has put mass incarceration on people who just only had maybe like a little paint of marijuana, and now they ended up going to prison for a long period of time. But now all of a sudden, since she's running for office, we now have to all of a sudden she's in favor of, legalizing marijuana. And she's putting supported mass incarceration of black males. And let me see. She is a drop black, more biracial. Her dad is half black. She is black for votes. That's exactly what Kamala Harris is. Black for votes. She's doing all this stupid stereotypical stuff that, like, hot sauce on greens. As a black person, I never put hot sauce on greens, on collard greens. Yeah, I've put vinegar before on collard greens, and that's not a stereotype for black people. Or I've just eat greens plain. Yeah, I eat vegetables like collard greens. I like collard greens, but you're using collard greens as a stereotype for all black people. And then, yeah, that's just like with the hot sauce in my bag, something that Hillary Clinton tried to pick up from one of Beyonce's songs, and then she said trying to impress black people. I'm like, this is why Hillary Clinton didn't get a lot of votes from black people either. Yeah, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but not a lot of black people voted for Hillary Clinton because they remembered that super predators comment. And they remembered basically that Obama didn't do as much or anything at all for the community. Now, most black people are waking up, trying to become more political and start asking for tangibles. And people like Cory Booker and Kamala are not giving tangibles. These are just you have people like Van Jones and Roly Poly Martin saying we have to vote because we have to get rid of Trump. Getting rid of someone just because you hate another person, that's not enough. This whole voting for the lesser of two evils is another issue that we need to start getting the heck out of. This voting for the lesser of two evils. What was I about to say? But yeah, that's the thing. Even if Trump gets out of office, what's not stopping the fact that the guy after Trump is going to be better or worse for black people? What if that person, male or female, is 10 times worse against black people than Trump was? That's a question we have to ask. Yeah, you want to vote against Trump, but what are you for? And what agenda do you have for our community? What do you plan to help us in our time of need? That's an interesting new hashtag. withholding my vote 2020. I can go with that. I can understand why some people would do that. I can understand. Because if these politicians, regardless of which party, are not going to do stuff to help our community in our time of need, then why should we continue to be using our vote? But then you have some people that you like, our ancestors died for our right to vote. Oh, it was good that they were trying to. It was good that the people of the past were willing to fight for us so that we would have a right to vote. That's great. What they did in the civil rights era and stuff to help us so we can get rights to do things like vote and stuff, that was great. However, when we actually do go up and vote, I think the point of voting was also so that we can get something in return from whoever we voted for or whatever we voted for. Like if we voted for basically free college and stuff, that should mean black people should be able to go to college for free and not have to pay and end up with big giant loans. I'm multiracial, not voting for Kamala, but I vote sin injury for the lesser evil in 2020. Not true. Our ancestors did not die for us to vote. Their vote never counted back then much either. You said that you're good with Trump. He woke most of us up, helped the racists cone it out, hurt this white trash team cut. Yeah, notice a lot of people that want Trump to be voted out, they're not black, or they're biracial, or they're not ADOS. Did you notice that? It's mostly these other groups. For years, they have stepped over black people, but now that Trump's got in office, they're getting their in moment, and all of a sudden, they now want black people to help them get out of their in moment. Yes, the shadow assassin, that is a problem. Voting for the lesser of two evils. Evil is evil. The shadow assassin. Yeah, I find that a problem too. We cannot continue to vote for the lesser of two evils. What happened to voting for, the greater good? It's time we start doing stuff for the greater good, not for the lesser of two evils. It's time to do stuff for the greater good. So that's why, once again, I support people, hashtags like Tangibles 2020 and ADOS. They are not here to get us to vote for the lesser of two evils. They want us to finally start using our votes a lot smarter to go for the greater good. What's going to be the greater good for black people? Especially black Americans. Because we've even been stepped over from people that are within our group or within the diaspora that come outside of America. And this is not me ripping on the black diaspora from outside America. Eventually, we will have to, as black Americans, do work with black people from the other specters of the black diaspora, black Canadians, black Europeans, black Caribbeans, and of course the Africans. We're eventually going to have to do that because Asian Americans, when they do business after they've done what they can do domestically here in America, they start going to find ways to outreach to their brethren from countries like Japan, China, Korea, and so and so. And yes, Nisa, how about we do for self like every other group, build up black business? That's exactly. Matter of fact, that's why I do a segment here, and I even had created a playlist I'm going to show y'all real quick called Black in Business. I'm going to show you my channel just in a few minutes. I mean, in a few seconds. Let me go to playlist. All right. One reason why I create segments like Black in Business, that is this one right here, is because we need to form an economic base. Even videos that are non-black business based, Black in Business, have the title, I decided to put down the list. You know, even if you are selling products in stores like Target or food or Whole Foods or Wegmans, these are black people that I know I have to talk about. Matter of fact, one day after this live stream, if you want to check out my playlists and stuff, check out the Black in Business playlist. And I mean, there's still more videos that I plan to do in the future, but see, I talk about on my channel the different black people that are involved with entrepreneurship, whether it's this woman right here, created her own food products from recipes from her grandmother, and now she's selling them to different supermarkets, retails, and grocery stores like these. And so has this family right here. Hey everyone, but you know what? All this is another story. But after this interview, after this live stream, you can, check out my playlist of the different videos that I've done. Hey, this is J-Dog. Sorry about that. Episode. I'm gonna click this off, and but yeah, Nisi, I like what you said. We need to build up black-owned businesses, or at least black-owned products, and then go as farther as the black-owned businesses and stuff. Let's see. But yes, we do need to. Yes, and then but yeah, we have a lot of stuff. But the one thing we need to stop doing is we need to stop following these people in mainstream media like Van Jones, who are doing nothing for the community. All right. The only reason why they send people like Van Jones in the community is and try to make him speak for the black community is because, let's just say, it's to docile us. But you see people like Van Jones, he's doing all this talk, going to the breakfast clubs because he realized we're waking up to his antics. Yes, there is a lot of black directory apps. I actually use one called Official Wall Street. Official Black Wall Street. But yeah. Hey, Poetic Kells. I'm kind of about to wrap this up. I'm trying to see if I can do more small live streams that don't last hours and stuff like that. But thank you for coming. You can check out the replay of this video if you want to see what, in case of what you missed and stuff. But I just wanted to wrap this up. I just wanted people to thank you for watching this video, by the way. And I hope you've learned something on this this video. Champ Boxer, I better have to check that out. But this is all I have to say for now. Hopefully you continue watching my videos. But this is J-Dog here. Thank you for watching, and I hope to catch y'all in another video. Peace, everyone.